Hello there. Let's talk a little bit about strategic roadmaps. So we believe that the vast majority of companies out there are too chaotic. They just come up with ideas last minute, they implement them, and then they see what happens. We don't believe that is the right way of building businesses that last and building businesses that scale, that thrive, that have intention. Instead, what we highly recommend everyone do is to have a strategic roadmap for every single area of their business that's important to them. And we don't want anyone to be very, let's say, stressed about how much they need to do this week, this day, and so on and so forth. So strategic roadmaps are per quarter. So every quarter you have a theme, right? Anything you want to do. So let's play with this together a little bit. So let's say one of your strategic areas is sales, right? How much can you do in sales? Another strategic area is, let's say, marketing or business development or anything you want to do. Another strategic area for you might be, let's say, quality of service. If you're a product company, for you it's quality of product, right? And then let's say, or let's keep it simple for now. We have 3 strategic areas, and you can add as many as you want. And you'll notice now you can have as many strategic initiatives as you want per each of these in every quarter. So if you want to plan 1 year in advance, you just put 4 of these. If you want to plan 2-3 years in advance, you can do that, no problem. And so the only thing you need to do is, let's say, for example, we want in terms of marketing, we want to add a strategic initiative for Q1. We want to say the objective name is to fill up our sales pipeline with quality leads, right? That's the objective name. That's what we want. And then so this desired outcome, marketing is, let's say, is self-sustainably, or affordably, or however you want to call it, generating over 20 leads per week, right? So you have that. Again, you have a little bit of guidance. What do we want, right? We want to fill up our sales pipeline with quality leads. How will we know if we've succeeded? This. We are generating 20 leads per week, right? We have lead generation companies. So if 20 leads a week sounds like a lot to you, we generate much, much more for other companies. So this is basically it. And now we click add, and it automatically creates a strategic initiative for us. And it automatically does a few other things. It first notices how much time from the quarter has already passed, and then what percentage of that have we accomplished ourselves. You can't see that on this video, but you'll see it when you start creating strategic initiatives. So basically you will know, are you on track or not for the quarter in terms of how much you've planned and how much time has passed. Okay. So now it also creates a little table for us with 100 items. So we don't recommend people overcomplicate things. 100 items that are geared towards attaining a specific outcome in 1 quarter, we believe are more than enough. Whether you have 1 person working on all of these 100 tasks, or you have 3 people having 33 tasks each, and so on and so forth, and just, you know, having a team effort to make this a reality, we don't recommend having more than 100. And so that's why you will notice if you scroll down, you literally only have 100 rows, and that's it. And at the end, you have graduation day, which basically is what activity will symbolize the end of this project. So how will we know that we've had? So basically, we will have a monthly report of all leads generated in March, because we're talking about Q1. Monthly report with all leads, or let me say with all leads generated in March, showing over 80 leads in the last 30 days, right? And so this is how we will know. Once we pull this monthly report of how many leads did we generate in the last 30 days, if that is 80, if we get to 80, we know we've won. We know we've succeeded, right? In the first 2 months of the quarter, we've tried so many marketing things to generate more and more and more leads. By the final month of the quarter, we're already at 20 leads a week on average. So let's say in the first week we had 18, then week 2 we had 20, then 22, then 24, averages out to 80, right? Or in the last 28 days if you want to be very exact. And then reward for completion. This is something also we recommend a lot. So in terms of having rewards, how will we reward ourselves for achieving our objectives? So let's say again we have 3 people here. Let's say everyone on the team will be invited to an all expenses paid trip, vacation to whatever, wherever you want to go, right? You want to go to Rome. Doesn't matter, right? So you write that down, and so we know as a team, us 3, whomever we're working on this, that if this is a reality by the end of Q1, then this is what we will get, right? And that's cool. That gets people excited, okay? And so here you can add as many action steps as you want. Obviously, let's add a few now. Let's say discuss strategy with Patrick, right? Okay, what department has to do this? Sales or revenue in our case. Sorry, revenue. Who needs to do this? Robert. What procedure do we need to follow? Holding a meeting, right? I need to have a meeting with Patrick. And then checkpoints are basically when, or sort of like when do we want to check up on this, make sure that there's some progress made, at least the meeting being scheduled. So let's say we want at least until January 8th for this meeting to be scheduled, right? So that's a checkpoint. And then the meeting itself has to happen by January 10th, right? Considering the first week of January is off. This automatically shows up as overdue. Why? Because right now is January 23rd. So this is overdue. If I put this on January 25th, you'll notice that this will automatically change to not started. Why? Because I have not started that yet. And so what happens here, by the way, and this is amazing within Alvanda, is that you can add as many tasks as you want in here. And the moment you add a task to anyone, you select the procedure that you want them to follow to complete the task, and then you can add as many as you want. Once you add this, automatically, if anyone goes to the tasks section, you will see that that task is created for them. And so if I am the person responsible, I click on the task, I see, hey, someone gave me this task. What do I need to do? Right, I need to discuss strategy with Patrick. So the title of the meeting would obviously be the same as the task, discuss marketing strategy with Patrick. And you can be much more detailed in the task that you give people. Okay, and then in terms of the agenda, come up with at least 20 initiatives to increase number of leads generated per week, right? That's it. That's all we want to discuss. And then in terms of the attendees, it's Robert, and then it's Patrick. Okay, these fields look different because this is a 1-row field, and then these are 3-row fields. I can put up to 3 rows here, and then obviously I can do more after that. But visually, it's more visually appealing if you have more content to add. And we talk about this in another video. So that's basically it. Now I click next step. Okay, on the next step, on step 2, I have 30 minutes to have this conversation. However, I'm just going to go through it just because for the purpose of this video. So the next steps, attendees notes. What notes do we have? Let's say, I don't know, hire X27 marketing for lead generation. This should bring us 10 leads per week at least, or sorry, per month. Let's say per month at least, because we have that. let's say we also want hire Westrom Corporation to do paid ads on whatever, Facebook or Google, and then this should bring us another 10 leads per month, right? And so on and so forth. So I can come up with as many different ideas as I want, or myself and Patrick can come up with all of these, and then we can write down the ideas, and then next steps. Robert to talk to X27 to hire them for lead generation, and then Patrick to talk with Westrom to hire them for paid ads. That's it. So we have everything here. Again, for the purpose of this meeting, I'm obviously not going to take everything through, or for the purpose of this video. Next steps. This is the final step, which it's closing the meeting in this case. Ask if everyone has anything else to add before concluding, and then if done, you can just bid farewell. So I bid farewell on the meeting, and then I click complete task, and then Alvanda will celebrate that I've completed one of my tasks, and then I have nothing else to do. If I go to my tasks section, I will notice this appears here in my task history. If I go back to roadmaps now, what I will notice here is that this has been completed automatically. Imagine how much easier reporting would be. Everyone puts down their plan, what do we need to do, by when, who needs to do it, and so on and so forth, and everything gets tracked automatically, right? So this is how strategic roadmaps and strategic initiatives work. We highly recommend everyone follow these, because this way you can plan your activities and you can track them much more easily than you would be able to otherwise. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day. Bye.